Hello, we normally use scatter chart to determine the trendline equation of a dataset. Here we have a dataset. We use trendline equation, scatter chart plot to show the values of your trendline equation as labeled. We just determine the trendline equation of a dataset, which is data y equals 2x plus 3.86. 2 is the slope and 3.86 is the intercept. These values can be determined using the LINEST function. LINEST function data y and data x. These values make up the equation y equals b plus mx. But how are these values calculated? We use the matrix operation, where data y represents y, so which comes from this range. And 1 plus data x is determined by factoring out bm. So this expression b plus mx, we factor out b and m as a different matrix. That leaves 1 plus data x matrix. And the 1 plus data x can come from this range. Now that we have the two matrices, cross multiplying, we have bm, matrix bm equals data y divided by 1 plus data x. Data y is the numerator, the 1 plus data x is the denominator, which is not a square matrix. We need this to be a square matrix so that we can invert it and multiply it to the numerator. That's how matrix operation works or matrix multiplication works. So to convert this to a square matrix, we multiply this by its own transpose. So 1 plus data x times transpose plus 1 plus data x. If you multiply the denominator by transpose 1 plus data x, use the same transpose to multiply to the numerator. And then, now that the denominator is a square matrix, you can invert it, apply the inverse matrix operation, and multiply directly to the numerator. So let's start with the transpose. The transpose matrix. It's a transpose of the denominator. Now that we have the transpose of 1 plus data x, we can now multiply it directly to the numerator. Which is data y. And we can also multiply the same transpose to the denominator or its own. 1 plus data x. Now that the denominator is a square matrix, we can invert it. Now we have the inverse matrix. We can now multiply this inverse matrix directly to the numerator. So and that determines the values of b and m of a trendline equation. B, the intercept, can be determined or calculated using the intercept function. We have data y and data x. While slope can be calculated using the slope function. Data y and that calculates or determines the values of b and m in a trend line equation.